Welcome back to the Football No Lie podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about uh, we're going to be talking about Week 13 recaps or Week 12 recaps. I think it's one of the two, right? What you want to tell
12,
me?
12.
Yeah, Week 12 recaps and Week 13 previews. Starting off, what's the first game, Tages? I'll go last.
Yeah, so the first game of the week was our Thursday night game between the Titans and the Packers. Or no, sorry, no, my bad. I'm tripping.
Thanksgiving games.
It was the
Yeah.
Thanksgiving games. Yeah, because I'm thinking 2 weeks ago. So first game was Bills Lions. Um, Big win for Buffalo, considering the fact that they had a quick turnaround, and they had, obviously not being able to prepare as much. Big win for them, but I'm surprised how the Lions played. They always play very close games, but they always somehow lose on Thanksgiving. Buffalo really played really sloppy, but in the end they got the job done. So I'm not going to fault them too much.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised that the Lions were able to stay in it. Buffalo has not been playing up to expectations, at least so far this season. But all that matters is that they were able to pull out the win to get their season back on track.
Yeah, so I I picked the Bills because I kind of knew that they were going to get their season back on track. But I'm kind of happy with how we fought in this game, and we had a chance to win, but we didn't, which is fine. So yeah, I'm not mad. The Bills. What is the Bills record right now?
They are 8-3, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they are.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah. They're chilling. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, the
Um,
Bills are chilling. Yeah. So next week the Bills play the Patriots on Thursday night. Coming up, it's gonna be a very good game. I think it's not sure. I think it's in Foxborough. I know that for a fact. So the
yeah.
Bills are gonna be on the road again for the third straight week. Um, but I'm gonna still take them to beat New England convincingly. Um, New England had trouble guarding Justin Jefferson in the passing attack. I think that continues this week on essentially another short week in general. I think Josh Allen gets it going through the air with Stephon Diggs. I think they take care of business against New England.
I got Buffalo as well. I think they got it.
I'm gonna take the Patriots in this game. I'm gonna be rooting for them, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Something's just telling me that the Patriots are gonna win this game. We saw the Bills split games with them last
Yeah,
season.
delusion is telling you.
The what?
Delusion.
Delusion.
Okay. Well, the last time the Bills played in Foxborough, Mac Jones completed one pass, and the Patriots still won that game. I don't think that's going to happen, obviously, but um, it's going to be freezing there. Obviously, Buffalo's used to that type of weather, though. But I'm gonna take Mac Jones to get it done.
Interesting. And the Lions play
You
You play
play
the
the
Jaguars. You play the
the
Jaguars.
Jaguars. Yeah, so that'll be an interesting game. I'm going to take Jacksonville unless ETN doesn't play. If ETN doesn't play, I'm going to take Detroit. But if he does play, I'm going to take Jacksonville. I like what Jacksonville did last week because I had a feeling they were going to beat the Ravens. The Ravens are not really. I'm not too high on the Ravens, but I thought the Jaguars had a good chance last week, and they ended up winning. So, but I will take Jacksonville if ETN plays. If not, I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions. Uh, pretty pretty self-explanatory. I think we've been like the more. I know we just lost, but like over the past couple of weeks, we've been the better team. And then this could possibly be the debut of Jameson Williams. Um, so that could be huge. I mean, but even like without him, I'm still taking the Lions. So yeah.
Um, go ahead, Hudson. We can talk about New England a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna take the Jaguars to win this game. Pretty big statement win versus Baltimore. Comeback win at home. So I'm looking forward to see how Trevor Lawrence plays through the rest of the season, but a pretty big win for them at home.
Yeah, big win for Jacksonville against Baltimore. We'll get to Baltimore in a second, but first, New England played Minnesota this weekend on Thursday night. I picked the Patriots because I thought Kirk Cousins would fold in prime time. But he did a very good job after the first quarter. Controlled possession, didn't make any errant throws, and made really clutch throws down the stretch. So I'll give props to Kirk Cousins, especially coming off a bad loss to the Cowboys that weekend. Big win for them at home. So big win for the Vikings. And I think the Vikings are on a bye. I think
The
no.
Vikings are
The
they play
Vikings
no, no.
they
actually. The
play
Vikings
the
are
Jets.
actually. Yeah, they play. The Vikings actually play. Oh, they play the Jets. That'll be an interesting game. But let's go back to Jacksonville and Baltimore. Um, it's such a weird situation because we always thought that I know both of you thought Baltimore had the game in control, but it's just these games where they can't seem to close, and it seems like Lamar Jackson has no weapons. Um, when Deshaun Jackson is your leading receiver in terms of yards, that's a problem. And obviously, they can't do it right now mid-season unless they sign Odell Beckham Jr. The Ravens are sort of in a little bit of trouble because if that run game isn't going, Lamar Jackson has nowhere else to go other than Mark Andrews, and you can bracket him. So there's something that needs to go on in Baltimore, but it's a major concern in my opinion. They need to fix it up very quickly.
They set a record for like drops in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the number was, but it was like a large amount.
Yeah, bad loss for them. And so the Vikings play the Jets. That'll be an interesting game. Zach Wilson will not be starting. Yeah, I think it'll be Mike White.
It should
Um,
be.
but this game's at 1 o'clock, so give me the Vikings to win. Um, I'll go ahead and rely on Justin Jefferson. I think he will take advantage of Sauce Gardner. I feel like Sauce Gardner is about to get absolutely put on a poster. He's about to get toasted this weekend. So yeah, give me the Vikings to beat the Jets.
Yeah, I don't care who the fuck is at QB. I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm taking the Vikings too. I would love for them to beat the Jets and kind of set reality back into their eyes. I would also love for Justin Jefferson to be a bit limited tomorrow, just because I think him and Tyreek Hill have the same amount of yards right now. So I would love for Tyreek Hill just to kind of take advantage this week against a pathetic cornerback in San Fran.
Yeah, and then the Jets played the Bears this weekend.
What corner? What corner in San Fran?
Depending, it could be Jimmy Ward.
Charvarius Ward's gonna get that match.
Yeah, Charvarius Ward's gonna get that match. We'll get to the Dolphins and 49ers in a minute. But the Jets played the Bears last weekend, and I honestly thought Nathan Peterman was gonna get the start for the Bears, but then apparently he got hurt in warm-ups, and so Trevor Siemian ended up playing. And of course, the Jets won pretty convincingly. Nothing much else to say. When you don't have Justin Fields, you're not going to win games, period, if you're the Bears. I think Justin Fields should be back this weekend when the Bears play the Green Bay Packers. And we will get to the Packers because I have a lot to say about them. But big win for the Jets nonetheless against the Bears. So Green Bay and Chicago. I'm going to go ahead and take Green Bay regardless. I could care less. Even if Jordan Love is playing, I'm still taking Green Bay. I really like their effort that they put out on Sunday night. And as much as Suhas loves to shit on the Packers, I thought they did a really good job.
No, all I gotta say is that like the last time we recorded a podcast was after the Cowboys Packers game, and we were like going through like the schedule, and then you said that they were gonna go 7-1. They already lost 2 games, and the one loss that you predicted was to the Dolphins, and they haven't even played the Dolphins yet.
It's tough because when Aaron Rodgers doesn't get other than Christian Watson, Alan Lazard hasn't stepped up, and the defense. Don't even get me started on the defense because apparently they can't stop on anything.
No.
Jalen Hurts had how many rushing yards?
Like
hold up, no, I gotta pull this up. Jalen Hurts is the leading rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles, 157 rushing yards.
And he had 100 of those in the first quarter.
Yeah.
The Packers couldn't stop anything. and they couldn't stop anything the other week against the Titans either. Like, I mean, I really don't know what's going on. Their defense looks absolutely terrible, which is another reason why the Packers are losing. And I just think, Loki, my hot take is I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get shut down for the season. I think they're
He
going to
should
see
though.
what
I think Jordan Love should be the.
I think they're going to give Jordan
I
Love a chance to see what he has, and if he shows a semblance of anything, get ready to see Aaron Rodgers get shoved out the door in Green Bay. That's my hot take. So,
I
but
think
I'm
that
still.
should. I think it's Jordan Love time.
I think Jordan Love wins this game against Chicago. Chicago's defense is not that good. I expect him to target Christian Watson early and often. Should be a win for Green Bay.
Chicago's defense is not that good, and they just lost a corner. I think Eddie Jackson.
Eddie
Eddie
Jackson,
Jack.
you
Yeah,
I'm taking the Packers.
I'm gonna take the Packers as well. I would love to see Jordan Love kind of play for the rest of the season, get a sample size of how he plays. You don't have obviously the like many receivers, like at least what you need to compete, but with the potential trade or something or a draft pick, whatever it is, um, I feel like you have the weapons on the ground with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. You have the offensive line when they're healthy. And I think Jordan Love has not looked awful when he does play. He only got one start last season, which was against the Chiefs. So it was literally in the worst scenario for him. But I really think you got to give him a shot and kind of just shut Aaron Rodgers down for the season.
Yeah, agreed. The Eagles looked fantastic on Sunday night. Give credit to them. They have a big game this weekend because it's the AJ Brown revenge game against the Titans. 1 o'clock on Fox should be a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Eagles. Um, I think they just look very dominant right now, and Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh have really been making. They looked okay. Obviously, it's their first few games here, and Aaron Jones is a tough back to stop. But I think they'll make Tennessee look one-dimensional. I think they take care of business. I think AJ Brown is just going to go absolutely wild. He was really pissed off about Tennessee. I think he just goes wild. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles.
I got the Eagles as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do too.
Yeah.
Wait, who are your offensive like? Because we were talking about Justin Fields as a rushing. Who like off the top of your head? Who are your top 5 rushing quarterbacks?
Lamar.
Quarterbacks. Lamar
Yeah,
has to
Lamar.
be in there. Kyler. Justin Fields.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. And I'm going to go ahead and, because I'm not coming up with anybody at the top of my mind.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. That's what it is, yes.
Josh Allen.
Those are the only 5, though.
No, did you guys say Kyler?
I said Kyler.
Yeah. Zach Wilson too.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones is another guy, but I'm not going to put him in there. He just turns the ball over a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So big win for the Eagles, and the Titans had a bad loss to the Bengals. I saw this coming. I saw it coming. The Bengals, even without Jamar Chase, still look very competent. Joe Burrow doing his thing. Big win for the Bengals, who have a big matchup against the Chiefs this week. So I'm actually going to take the upset this weekend. I'm taking the Bengals to beat the Chiefs at home in a massive upset. I think Joe Burrow is going to enjoy having Jamar Chase back, and they're just going to torch Kansas City all over the field.
Well, Jamar Chase might be limited.
No,
he's going to play.
He's going to play.
No, yeah, I know he's going to play, but I don't know if they're going to use him to play.
I'm still.
I'm going to stick with the Chiefs, even though I think it's going to be really good.
I want to take the Chiefs, and I feel like they're going to win this game. But I feel like it's such a golden opportunity to take an upset. So I'm going to take the Bengals to win this game. They've been hot, 3-game winning streak, I believe, maybe even 4. And now you get Jamar Chase back. I really think this offense is going to be back to where they were at an elite level. The defense has been playing not great, but at least to a certain extent where they can win games. But this may be a shootout, and this could easily turn into the game of the week.
For sure, for sure. Kansas City had a sluggish game against the Rams. Um, Honestly, I did not even watch this game. Like
Yeah,
the Rams were literally poverty, so really don't have too much to say. But the Chiefs still look dominant. Um, as far as who they played this week, the Rams play Seattle. Um, I'm
I'm
going to
taking I'm taking Seattle.
I'm gonna actually take the Rams to win. I think Seattle is starting to fall apart slowly but surely. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Rams at home to get the job done in an upset. I think is going to be. Seattle looked very. The offense is there. The defense is starting to come apart, which is what I'm starting to see. They looked very iffy. Um,
Oh,
on defense. What?
nothing.
Oh no, they look like Seattle. They couldn't stop Josh Jacobs, obviously, so that's going to be a problem. Obviously, the Rams don't have a run game, but when you have a quarterback, I don't think Stafford is going to play, but Bryce Perkins has rushing upside, so I think that's going to be a little bit of a problem.
Is that who
But
they're gonna play?
I think Bryce Perkins is going to start.
I thought it was
Is
I thought it
Stafford
was
coming back?
nah. Stafford's not playing.
Stafford's not playing, but I think Bryce Perkins will. I'm just going to take the Rams. You know, it
Wait,
should
so
be
what
a
happened? Who was the guy that played against the Cardinals?
John Wolford.
He got
Oh,
injured too.
He got
he got
injured
injured.
too.
Okay, that's what.
Bryce Perkins has rushing upside, and they didn't look half bad against the Chiefs. I'll give them that. But it's an upset spot, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Seahawks. Oh my bad, Hudson.
no, that's fine. I'm gonna also take the Seahawks. I don't see this Rams team doing anything. Like the Seahawks, not totally high on, but I just don't see this Rams team competing with Seattle.
And the Lions have the third pick right now.
Hey, it's 'cause
Yeah,
the Rams
impressive.
that's why I think the Rams have everything to play for. I mean, they don't even have their first round pick, so it's a very
Y'all know
winnable spot.
The Lions record is also better than the Packers.
Do the Lions have their first round pick or no?
Yeah,
They
we got
do.
our pick.
They have
Oh
their
wait,
first.
what'd you trade to with the Vikings to get it for Jameson?
We traded.
It was
We
a
traded.
few
It was
seconds.
fucking. Okay, nah, yeah, it was 12 and 40 or 12 and 66 for 33, 45 and like a late like sixth or something.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minnesota got fleeced, but then they just fleeced him back from TJ Hawkins.
Did
So
they?
they did because literally you just traded up. That's all. You basically gave up zero. You basically didn't get a pick back.
No, but just
You
we
just
didn't want
traded
to
up.
pay. The only reason we traded is because we didn't want to pay it because he wanted like 15 million.
I mean, I guess. Anyways, going back to the Seahawks, who had a bad game against the Raiders. Don't look now. The Raiders are 4-7, and they have
Oh,
Don't look now, but I don't think they can make a run. I think it's too
Yeah,
late.
I think in the AFC it's
In the AFC, it is very difficult. You're absolutely right. So, but the Raiders play the Chargers this week, who had a big win against Arizona. I'm going to take the Chargers to win. I think they just gash Vegas all over the ground. I think they'll win pretty convincingly against the Raiders. Um, I will say though, would not be surprised if Josh Jacobs erupted in this game as well, and somehow the Raiders upset the Chargers. But I'm gonna go ahead and trust Justin Herbert and take them in this game.
I got the Chargers. I'm interested to see who Hudson picks because for some I don't know what the beef is between Dolphins and Chargers fans. Like,
bro,
that's the most random. Like, is it just
it's
because
not
Tua was taken one spot before or something?
okay. It's not between Dolphins and Chargers fans. It's between Herbert and Tua fans. That that's like that's literally this game. Like I'm so glad that the Finns Chargers game got moved to Sunday night because that's literally the Twitter bowl. Like I don't know if you guys are on Dolphins or Chargers Twitter, but like it's every two posts, it's always something about Tua. It's always something about Herbert. This game's gonna be crazy, and Tua is gonna prove why he's better than Herbert. But I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm not like the Raiders. They had a good win. Josh Jacobs is taking this contract year very personally, with a crazy game versus Seattle. But I don't see them beating the Chargers. The Chargers are a good team. And with being healthy, I think that they are one of the best teams in the AFC. And the Raiders obviously have had their struggles, and I still don't see them going on a run and trying to get into the postseason.
Does anybody know when Darren Waller is coming back?
I have no idea. It's a
He may
hamstring
be
injury.
out. Maybe out for
Those take forever. So it's tough for the Raiders, but like I mentioned, the Chargers had a big win against Arizona, who's on a bye this week. So I think we'll just skip to the middle Thanksgiving game, the one game that we did not talk about, Giants Cowboys. Giants had a crazy backdoor cover at the end. They dominated this game in the first half. Had me wondering what in the world the Cowboys are doing, but then the Cowboys picked it up in the second half. Dalton Schultz got going with 2 touchdowns. And a big win for Dallas to stay within the division. I think they're only 2 games back of Philadelphia. So that should be good for them. And they have a pretty convincing game this week against the Colts. I'm going to take the Cowboys to beat the Colts. I think, I don't think the Colts look good at all.
That game is Sunday Night Football, is it?
That game is Sunday Night Football. It's just terrible. Should have flexed. They should have flexed the Chiefs Bengals game to Sunday Night Football.
I'm tired of seeing the Colts, the Broncos, and any other
Colts,
like
Cowboys on prime. I don't mind the Cowboys, but I'm tired.
the Broncos and the Colts, bro.
Broncos
please get them up.
like sure. the Dolphins have the game of the week 3 weeks in a row.
They should have had the game of the week this week too. I don't know. Are you talking about this week too?
Dolphins 49ers on Sunday night.
Yeah, 49ers.
I'm surprised that game.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of glad they didn't. Well, they would never take the Cowboys off of Sunday night though.
That is also true.
Yeah.
So.
But also Zeke is back, bro.
Zeke is back too. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Cowboys. Because
I'm taking Cowboys.
Their defense looks good. Dude, Hudson. It kind of shocked me. The one pick prediction that Hudson made right was Micah Parsons. Like, he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Like, that's kind of freaking crazy.
But they might give it to. Apparently, Matthew Judon is also getting some votes.
No way, bro. Micah Parsons is literally a freak show.
Judon, he deserves a lot of credit for what he's been able to completely transform the Patriots defense, but Parsons is literally a franchise changer. Like this dude is he's probably
No, I agree. The Patriots defense is just like historically really good right now. Like as far as the numbers are concerned.
It is. And yeah, Judon's he's leading the league in sacks. Like he's definitely up there for DPOY, but he doesn't even Parsons is on a whole nother tier right now.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you taking the Cowboys, Hudson?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I figured the Giants play Washington, who had a massive win against Atlanta. Should be another game of the week that could have been flexed this week, but it's at 1:00. I think I will be most tuned into this game and the Tennessee and Philadelphia game, the 1:00 window. Should be a great game. I'm going to go ahead and call upset right here. Give me Washington to beat the Giants. I really like what Washington's been doing. Taylor Heineke. I think Terry McLaurin gets it going. Antonio, that run game is really good with Gibson and Robinson. I'm going to go ahead and take Washington in an upset against the Giants.
I got the Giants still. I'm gonna stick with them.
You guys know how I am with this Commanders team. Taylor Heineke is not even good, but he's just adding some type of spark to this team. I'm taking the Commanders to win once again. I'm taking them literally every single week since that Eagles game. I do think that they will beat the Giants. I want to give credit to Daniel Jones though, who's putting together a great season with no weapons at all, other than obviously Saquon and stuff. But I do think that the Commanders they're playing really well right now. They're in the playoffs and on this.
All pace. 4 teams in the division are in the playoffs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they were supposed to be the worst team in the worst division in the NFL, and now they're literally the best.
Right. Big win for Washington over Atlanta, who plays Pittsburgh this weekend, who picked up the big win against Indianapolis. We just talked about Indianapolis.
Spoiler alert, I'm not going to watch this game.
Spoiler alert, I'm also not going to watch this game. But surprisingly, tickets are listed at $159, apparently. as low. Kind of crazy for a Pittsburgh Atlanta game.
But where
But
is
I'm
this?
taking this game is in Atlanta, so but I'm taking Pittsburgh. I'm taking the upset. I think Atlanta is pathetic. Um, I think
That's an
first game.
upset. Taking, I thought so. I was gonna take Pittsburgh anyway.
I'm taking Pittsburgh to beat them. I think Pickens gets going. I think Najee gets going. And I think this is just one of the more inevitable games. The NFC South is one of the worst divisions in the league. So yeah, go.
Najee might not play.
It doesn't matter. I'm still taking Pittsburgh. I could
I'm
care
taking
less.
Pittsburgh. I'm taking Pittsburgh too.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Steelers too. I'm also definitely not going to be watching this game. I wouldn't be surprised no matter like if the Falcons win, but it really doesn't matter at this point. Both of these teams are obviously not even in contention for the playoffs.
The Falcons are, but we won't.
The
I think
Falcons technically are, but they're not going to end up making it.
right. Anyways, let's see. Let's go back to the 1 o'clock games and let's talk about my Panthers real quick. I would like to give Sam Darnold credit, and I also would like to congratulate DJ Moore for becoming a father this weekend. His new son Patrick Surtain was just
Oh,
adopted
Oh
on
my
Sunday. DJ decided to he fathered him on this field. It was glorious, glorious. Okay, I'm so happy that DJ Moore put Surtain. He just absolutely torched him all game. Like, and Darnold played a very good game. He managed the game well. Didn't make any mistakes. And he did his thing. And as much as don't, as much as I hate to say it, the Panthers might go. They have a very nice schedule coming after the bye. They have a bye this week. After the bye, they have Seattle, Pittsburgh, Detroit, and then 2 division games: Saints and Bucks. They could very well go on a run and possibly win this division. As much as I hate saying that, it is very possible because they have a run game and the defense is very good. But we'll see. NFC South, anything happen, but I don't want it to happen. But I really enjoyed this win that happened this weekend.
Hey, Dante Foreman is falling off, bro. He hasn't done shit for me in the past like
What do
2
you
weeks.
mean? He had 130 yards last week.
He only gave me like 7 points. I didn't start him. Like I just saw it on the thing.
He had 130 plus yards this week. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, big win for the Panthers, and the Broncos just look like absolute dog water. Their offense is so bad. Like, I just don't even know what the Broncos. And the Broncos play the Ravens this week. Panthers are on a bye. I'm taking the Ravens. Like,
No, I'm
this
taking
this
the
game, the over under should be listed at 30. That's how bad I think. Another game I'm not going to be watching. Broncos Ravens. So yeah, give me the Ravens easily.
I got Ravens as well.
I'm taking the Ravens. Like there's no possible way that the Broncos win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way. No way. Anyways, another game we haven't talked about this week. I think this is the last game on our slate. Or no, 2 games we haven't talked about this week. We'll start with the lesser game that nobody really cares about. New Orleans played
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I don't even know that game was going on, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
And just got absolutely shut out. So, I mean, big win for New Orleans. Or sorry, big loss for New Orleans. But surprisingly, New Orleans is still somehow in the division race, which is kind of crazy. But I'm it's kind of crazy. Both teams suck. So, I'm sorry. No, yeah, both teams suck. The Bucks and the Saints suck because the Bucks also lost to the Browns. So, I'm going to go ahead and take the upset this week. Actually, the Saints always own the Bucks, and it's on a primetime game, which is Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are going to fall asleep. So, I'm going to go ahead and take the Saints.
I was gonna take the Saints if the Bucks had won last week, but now that the Bucks lost, but then they're gonna be fired up. So I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on the exact same thing. I was planning on taking the Bucks for this game, but after the Browns were able to beat them in overtime, I don't see them losing 2 in a row. They're lucky of the division that they're in because they'll obviously make the playoffs because of it. But if they were in a different division, like there's a really good chance they don't make the playoffs.
And then we'll start with the more boring game. Start out next. The Browns and the Texans. Deshaun Watson will finally be playing in a game. So give me the Browns to beat the Texans. I will not be watching. I might watch to see how Watson plays, but I think this should be a pretty convincing win for the Browns. I would not be surprised if the Texans somehow won though, just because of how the Deshaun saga failed in Houston. So we'll see, but I'm going to take the Browns to win.
Go ahead, Hudson. I know you want to pick the Texans.
A really exciting storyline. Obviously, Watson making his return. Um, obviously with all the Watson Dolphins rumors, whatever, Deshaun Watson is not going to be good when Jacoby Brissett is clearly going to be the one that's been playing better when Watson comes back.
He told me that Jacoby Brissett is a better option.
Brissett's been playing really good this season. Brissett's been playing really good this
What
season.
are you saying?
What the hell are you talking about?
Bro, have you not watched him play? The Browns' schedule obviously is very. They've one of the toughest schedules.
No,
Their record isn't going to show it, but
he hasn't been good this year though. So I don't know. Wait, how is he like? And what? Like, give me like 3 games which he's been like good in.
The Dolphins game, the Bills game, and the Bucks game. Literally, their past 3 games, 3 out of 4 games, he's played good.
Bro, he was not good against the Dolphins though.
No,
he was.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was.
He did well.
What is people standards for Jacoby? Jacoby Brissett is a backup quarterback, bro.
He is, but for Deshaun Watson is actually going to start because he's being paid $500 million, but he's not. I'm taking the Texans.
He's gonna start because he's 10 times better.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember?
Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson before he stopped playing was considered as a top 5 quarterback.
Correct.
Yeah, he was, and then the only couple plays that we've seen him in a Browns jersey were in the preseason. I think we know how those snaps went. He nearly threw 4
interceptions. The fucking preseason, bro.
On his
first preseason. Drive. He's not coming off of any major injury. He still has the talent. Bro, I don't understand.
The Texans are gonna win this game. Just watch.
I don't have a problem with you saying that, but you said Jacoby Brissett is a better option.
That's
okay. Brissett, they're not going to go back to Brissett because of the whole situation with Watson, what they traded for him, what they gave the money and stuff. But Deshaun Watson is not going to. What the Browns are.
So you're saying if. What you're saying is that if Deshaun Watson and Jacoby Brissett, hypothetically, made the same amount of money, you're saying that they would go Brissett at QB?
Not necessarily, but
that's what you're saying when you're saying that they're only giving to him.
I think if Watson played this whole season with the team, I don't think that they're sitting at a better record than 4-7. I don't.
I think they had some very winnable games that Brissett kind of was the reason that they lost.
I don't think that Jacoby Brissett has been the main reason.
That Falcons game they had a few weeks ago, in week 4, was a game that Brissett lost. Ain't nobody talking about that. Was week 4 not?
Oh, no, that was week 2.
Yeah, that was week 4.
Week 2. Nobody's talking about week 2.
The Chargers game.
That was all the against the Jets. Well, they were able to win that game somehow.
Chargers. No, they lost the Jets game.
I was talking about the Chargers because the Chargers went for it and they still won the game. But they went for
Chargers. He threw a crucial interception.
Yeah.
And in the Jets game, the defense sold. They let up 2 touchdowns in the final 2 minutes. They were up by 2 and they still lost. They were up by 2 scores and they still lost that game.
The only reason they've won 4 games is because of Nick Chubb, not because of Jacoby Brissett. So I don't know where Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett has been. Amari Cooper has had a really good season as well.
Yeah,
Amari Cooper has had a good season. I will admit,
but that's not because of Jacoby Brissett.
That's not because of Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, look, Jacoby Brissett has been playing well. He hasn't been playing at a Pro Bowl level or anything.
Why are you defending Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, I don't understand why Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, I don't understand.
Because
you hated him in Miami.
It's not more of it's not really defending Jacoby Brissett. It's more of being against Deshaun Watson. I'm telling you right now, Deshaun Watson is not going to be a top 15 top 12
top
quarterback.
15 quarterback, top
He won't
12
be
quarterback.
he won't be a top 12 quarterback when he just watch, bro. Just watch.
Okay,
Just
okay.
I
watch.
can't
Wait,
wait.
wait. So who do you think is going to be better, Deshaun Watson or Matthew Stafford?
Well, Deshaun
Stafford's not going
Watson.
to play for the rest of the season.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. No, because I'm thinking. Okay, do you think Deshaun Watson will be better than Derek Carr?
Well, this season Derek Carr hasn't been great at all. So,
But do you think? Do you
Yeah,
think
do you think
that?
Deshaun Watson will be better than Derek Carr?
it's tough to say. I feel like probably not.
So you
I
think
feel like
Derek Carr will be better? Okay, and Derek Carr's not even top 12 in this. So that's what then you say like 15. I know you're not. So when you say that, I know you're not taking over Kirk Cousins,
no, definitely not over Kirk.
which is crazy. What the fuck? This guy was just top 5, like, and he didn't have any injuries. So I don't
He
understand
hasn't.
how.
I know he hasn't played in 2 whole years. I want to see what he's able to do with this. I want to see what he's able to do to finish out the season. Maybe he can put them back into playoff contention. But at 4-7 right now, I
But do
don't
you
think this.
think he'll be better than Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah, because Jimmy Garoppolo is overrated to me. He's not doing much this 49ers team.
So do you think Jimmy Garoppolo's been worse than Jacoby Brissett?
Well, technically, I think Jacoby Brissett. Well, that's hard to say because
Who's
Who's been better this
right
year?
now?
Who's been better this year, bro? Jimmy Garoppolo or Jacoby Brissett?
okay, it makes more sense to me to say Jacoby Brissett because Jimmy Garoppolo has not done much for the
So
49ers.
you think
I
that
think
Jacoby Brissett this season is better than Jimmy Garoppolo?
the stats aren't going to say it, but based off of their
Okay,
play, yes.
yeah,
The stats are going to say that because Jimmy Garoppolo throws slants, checkdowns, and screens. That's literally what he does.
yeah, and Jacoby Brissett throws fucking picks.
Okay, but he does more down the field action and
I
crossing
don't understand
whatever.
you, bro. Jacoby Brissett, you were trashing him last year, bro.
I know because he was losing us a ton of games, but he's actually been playing well this season. And it's more of like I
I
said,
don't
it's
know.
more of being against Watson.
I don't
The
know what
Texans
to
are
do.
going to win this game, I'm telling you.
Okay. I'll pick it. I'll
Yeah.
pick it the Browns. I'll pick it the Browns.
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns too. Anyways, I think the next game should be a possible game of the week. Miami and San Francisco.
We didn't even
Shocking
get
how
to
this isn't a primetime game. But I'm taking my boy McCaffrey. I'm taking my boy McCaffrey and CMC and San Francisco. They say McCaffrey is day-to-day with knee irritation. Here comes the McCaffrey saga. But
Ooh.
I'm still going to take the 49ers to win this game convincingly at home.
I'm
Take the Niners.
I'm taking the Niners with or without McCaffrey. So I don't care what injury you have.
Good.
Elijah Mitchell's
Thank you.
out 6 to 8 weeks.
No, Elijah Mitchell came back.
No, he's out again with an MCL.
It's fine, bro. I don't give a fuck. The worst thing that the Dolphins could have done was had Raheem Mostert say whatever the fuck he said, because now they have the Niners motivated. So the Niners are gonna win this game.
He's not wrong about what he said.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's your he's whether he's wrong or not is relevant. He said that, and now he motivated the Niners. So
Jimmy
when they
Garoppolo's go off and throw.
when they lose the game, y'all can blame Raheem Mostert for doing that.
All right, sure. Well, they're definitely missing Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson because Elijah Mitchell's out for this game, and
Raheem Mostert's not going to play either.
Raheem's going to play. He was game time decision last week, and he didn't play so that he could.
He's injury prone as fuck too. But
he's only missed one game this season.
No, in general, bro. If CMC will play. I think CMC will play.
I want CMC to play because I don't want the excuses when the
Dolphins are depleted at tackle, which means the pass rush of the 49ers is going to be absolutely insane. Teron Armstead is out. Austin Jackson is out. They're fucking starting Shell and someone else. And Nick Bosa is going to have a field day. Eric Armstead is also set to be back for the 49ers. Their defense is the best in the NFL currently. Like, they're going to figure out a way, and they know Mike McDaniel like a book, so they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm not. This is the game that I'm like kind of nervous about because I'm very scared about Nick Bosa. I'm scared of Debo and CMC, and the defense is still been injured this whole season. Armstead's going to be out. I'm very scared of Nick Bosa, and obviously we know where McDaniel came from and literally where he knows all of his football from. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners won this game. But I am still confident that we can beat any single team remaining on the schedule. That includes Buffalo away. That includes the Chargers away. Includes the Packers and the Patriots and the Jets and whoever else. So I'm going to take the Dolphins in this game, but I wouldn't be, depending on obviously how we play, I wouldn't be very, very mad if we did lose this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game though. One of the games I'll be watching. Actually, finals. I don't know. We'll see.
You should watch.
What did that TV fence guy say? Tua only looks good with Armstead.
What TV guy?
TD Fins Talk or whatever.
Oh, TD. Oh my God. Don't even talk about TD. He's literally, there's
a
a
Dolphins
reason
fan on Twitter said that.
There's a reason why he's a very high seed in the Tua haters tournament.
He's been verified for like 4 years.
Okay, you can pay for verification now.
He's been verified for 4 years.
Verification doesn't do anything. You can have followers and be verified.
All right. I guess we can just move on, but Hudson's taking the Dolphins, means who else is taking 49ers. Should be a good game. All right, let's go to our NFL week players of the week. I guess I'll start in the NFC. Offense player of the week, I'm going to go Justin Jefferson. Pretty obvious. But my defense player of the week, Brian Burns, 2 sacks, put himself right back on the leaderboard, 10 sacks on the season. One of only 4 players that have 10 sacks in 4 straight years. Big W. Brian Burns shut down the Broncos defense. Should have deserved this award this week.
Go ahead, that's it.
All right. My AFC defensive player of the week, I'm going to go Xavier Howard.
NFC.
Oh, NFC. My bad. Okay. NFC.
I can go.
All right.
Defensive player of the week. I'm just gonna give it to. His name is James Houston. He plays for the Lions. He had 2 sacks, and he had a really good game. And then offensive player of the week. I was gonna go Justin Jefferson, but I'm just gonna switch it up. And okay, I'm gonna go with Chris Godwin, even though it was a losing effort. Chris Godwin had a really good game for the Bucs.
Yeah, for NFC offense player of the week, I'm gonna go kind of like I don't do this, but I want to go with both like Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. But I guess I'll go with I don't want to. I'm thinking of the other game. I'll go with Ezekiel Elliott. He had a pretty good game against the Giants. I was going to take Justin Jefferson. But for my NFC defensive, I'm gonna go. I was about to go JC. Never mind. I'll go Leighton Vander Esch, who also had a pretty good game against
Who
the
the fuck? Who did you just say? What did you say?
Leighton Vander Esch. I don't know how to pronounce it. Leighton. You know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Linebacker from Dallas.
So you picked Cowboys players for both your NFC offensive and defensive player of the week.
Yes.
All right, cool. Anyways, okay, all of us should have the same AFC offense player of the week. We really don't need to say much. You guys can skip that. Josh Jacobs single-handedly deserves this award. I don't even care who else you give it to. Josh Jacobs wins this award. And then AFC defense player of the week, I'm giving it to Xavier Howard. Fumble return, big play. They just stymied the Texans this weekend. So
You heard that to us, Xavier Howard. I mean, I guess we're all having the same picks. The fuck, I'll go Xavier Howard too, and then Josh Jacobs for AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And then predictions for next week.
Hudson, who's your AFC and defensive?
AFC defensive.
His was Xavier Howard too.
Yeah, I was gonna go Xavier. I also want to give credits to CJ Mosley, who had a really good game. But Xavier Howard is basically my pick.
Okay.
My NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I'm gonna go with the sneaky one. I'm going to go with Christian Watson. He has been balling out these past 3 weeks. Expect another massive game against Chicago. And I think Jordan Love will just feed him. And I think he wins the award this week. Oh, and then NFC Defense Player of the Week. Sorry, my bad. NFC
Sorry.
Defense Player of the Week. I'm sorry. I kind of just have to take this pick. Micah Parsons. I expect him to absolutely storm Indianapolis's O line. Should be pretty easy.
Go ahead, Hudson. I gotta
Yeah.
look at the
All right, cool.
games.
Yeah, and NFC offensive, I'm gonna go with AJ Brown. I think going against the Titans, I feel like he should have a really great return to his old team. And then for NFC defensive, um, I'll go with Patrick Peterson. I think Mike White had a really good game last week, but I
AJ
really
Brown is AJ Brown is not. Oh no, I'm sure. Yeah,
He's
go ahead.
playing. Yeah, he's on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mike White had a really good game last week. I don't see that repeating. In Minnesota, I see the Vikings defense having a day.
All right. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson against the Jets, and then Defensive Player of the Week. I'm gonna go Tariq Woolen. I think he's gonna get an interception off of whoever the Rams started QB.
Fair. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is about to just torch the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. And then AFC Defensive Player of the Week, I'm actually going to take, I don't know, he hasn't looked the same this year, but I think it's going to be his breakout game against his former team. Give me Khalil Mack. I think Khalil Mack will have a big impact in a Chargers win.
I was gonna say the Chargers are playing the Raiders, not the Bears. Forgot he played for them.
Yeah.
My AFC offense player of the week was Joe Burrow, but on second thought, I'm going to give it to why not? I'm gonna go. I was about to say Davis Mills. Give me Kyle Allen, who's going to lead the Texans to a win over the Browns. Watch this happen. Watch
God.
Kyle Allen have a game. And then for defensive player of the week, I'm gonna go with. I was gonna go with a Stingley, but now that I picked Kyle Allen, I don't really want to do that. AFC offensive, I'll go with Calais Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Offensive. Y'all went Joe Burrow. I'm gonna give it to. I'm not even gonna give it to Patrick Mahomes. I think Travis Kelce's gonna have a monster game. I don't think anyone on Cincinnati is gonna be able to cover him. So, yeah, I got Kelsey, and then for defensive player of the week, I'm going to go with Myles Garrett. Kyle Allen's gonna be neutralized. I don't know what that pick was done. Kyle Allen.
Dude, what?
Okay, but is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Those are our picks for the week. Go ahead, Sue. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, so that was the episode. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the video. Again, we're going to be back with this next week, so stay tuned. We'll see you guys later as always. Peace.